Hello! I am going to be pre-filming a ton of vlogs, hopefully. So if you see me with this exact face, I'm planning ahead. So the topic I wanted to cover today was why and how to write multiple projects at once. I used to be very tunnel vision when it came to my projects, right? I would be like, no, I can only work on one because if I did work on multiple, I would get distracted and I would forget about one. It worked for me. I did finish a novel that way. I wasn't really having that much fun doing it. That's how I wrote my first ever novel, about 100k words. Now I am sort of juggling multiple projects at once. I'm writing the third draft to my novel. I'm writing a short story. You tell it's bleeding. I am vlogging. I'm juggling a lot right now. I recognize that working on multiple projects isn't for a lot of people. They just really prefer to stay focused on one. I found that that is not for me. Advice is going to be all the things that have worked for me personally. They might not work for you. If not, that's cool. Do your thing. I'm gonna split this video in half. I'm gonna put why I started writing multiple projects at once, and then I'm gonna put how I started writing multiple projects at once. The first part as to why I do write multiple projects at once is that it helps fight off boredom. How else do I describe it without sounding like a child? Being focused on one project and only that one project gets so boring so quickly. If I get bored of one project, I can just switch to another one and call it a day. I'm getting tired of working on my novel, or if I've hit a road bump, I can work on my short story. I'm still being productive either way, right? It keeps up my momentum. Last year when I was working on my novel, like only my novel, it took me about 4 months, which is incredibly quick. It was just so much to only be thinking of that one project. When I was writing it, I would wonder if there was no end in sight. Writing that novel took so long, and I'm not even done with that story. I still on my third draft. Working on a short story on the side, it was quicker to do, and it helped keep my momentum up. Oh, I'm actually getting stuff done, and it's easy to hold an actual product. I've written 30k words. Just think that I've written 3k words of good words that could get published in a literary magazine. Experimentation. This is especially relevant to me since I am a teen writer. I have been able to experiment in all different types of genres. I was able to write short stories for the first time in a long time, and I loved it. In 2018, when I was only working on my novel, I had this type of tunnel vision. Because of that, I was missing out on so many opportunities in so many different genres and types of mediums of writing. As a teen writer, I deserve to write, to not worry about my career. I'm still in high school. I have the privilege of being able to just have fun with writing still. I'm going to take advantage of that. I have more things in common with more people. Now that I am more diverse in a lot of stuff now, the chance that I'm gonna meet a writer and they write something that I write is that much more likely, and that much more likely we could be friends because we could bond over something that we both know of. I can talk to Chloe Leanna about my fantasy novel. I can hit up Shaylin Bishop and Hannah Lee Kidder if I have a question about a short story. If I want to dip my toes in poetry, I can look up Sophia Hansen. They are amazing people. I would not be able to talk to half of those people if I didn't try something new. And this is the part where I talk about how I managed to write multiple projects. You need to manage your expectations. This is more so to do with the beginning. When you are laser focused on one project, you work on that project a lot and you churn out words a lot faster. When you're spreading yourself out and you're writing a little bit of your novel, a little bit of short story, a little bit of fiction, a little bit of blogging scripts, it doesn't decrease, but it's harder to track. When I first started working on multiple projects, I was shook at how little I was doing on my novel, which is how I measured all of my productivity. In and of itself, don't do that. I wrote a first draft of 100k words in 4 months. That's like lightning speed. Now that I'm spreading myself a bit farther, I'm only on the second chapter of my third draft, and that's okay because I am still getting stuff done. I'm still making vlogs. I'm still being creative. It's a learning process, right? You just have to try it for a month. If you hate it, drop it. If you like it, keep going with it. You never know till you try it. Be aware of time. This is crucial if you have a deadline. But in my experience, I don't have a job, so I don't really have an official deadline. I don't have a contract, but I do have self-imposed deadlines, albeit during school they were very loose. As I am working on multiple projects, I am aware of time. I'm just being aware of it, just knowing that it's there. This short story, I started the first draft in January 2019, and I'm still working on it, and I don't think it's done yet, and it won't be for quite some time. I do recognize that 6 months is a long time, and that is why during this month I want to be able to send this out to my critique partners. Just being aware of time is useful. Not to stress about it, but to just know that it's there. To do that, you're gonna need to learn flexibility. I cannot plan my days out to save the life of me, at least by the hour. I cannot say I'm gonna work on this short story for 2 hours. For me, it works a lot better if I just make a list of everything I need to do and I just choose which one to do at the moment. I find that strict routines for me are oftentimes constrictive. Some writers may choose to start themselves out by writing their novel in the morning and then their short story at night. I write every day mostly for fun, but I never really scheduled it out. I do know that I usually write about 1300 to 1500. I haven't made that a routine, it's just something that I do no matter what. I've learned to trust my body and my brain to get in a routine and work on this project because I've already been through the discipline of sitting your butt down and writing. Now I am just able to do it a bit more flexible. To avoid confusion, another great thing to do is to work on different types of writing. My fantasy novel, it's a fantasy novel. My short story, it's magical realism. I write vlogs and scripts where I just sort of share my writing life and what I'm doing. I've never had this problem, but I can imagine that if I wanted to write a novel that was set in 1800s England, and then I also wanted to write another novel on the side of that was 1800s Dublin, those are way too close to each other, right? And I would get very confused with the characters or the sort of voice I wanted for each story. It's just way easier to work on different mediums and different genres of writing. On top of that, you would also want to be at different stages of your writing. I am on the 8th draft of this story. I have sent it to 1 critique partner so far. I am always writing poetry on the side. I am on the 3rd draft of my novel and I'm also brainstorming for another novel. I am at different stages, right? This one, almost done. The novel that I'm currently writing, nowhere near done, but I'm working on it. Poetry, it's mostly just for me. I write first draft and forget about it. If the being at different stages helps in me being able to be like, I'm tired of editing. I just want a first draft and have fun with it. And then I can hop on a different project. If I say I'm tired of drafting, I want to instead just write for the fun of it, then I can hop into my poetry. It helps to be at different stages because you're able to change it up. Trust your gut. This is especially helpful if you don't schedule very well, like me. I work on projects when I feel like it. That's just how I am. I work on 2 novels, and if I feel like one novel isn't working, I'll ditch it and then work on the one that I'm mainly working on. And because of this, I am having so much more fun doing it, and I'm still getting a lot of work done because I love writing. Trusting your gut can be taken in a bunch of different ways. Like if you're insecure about trying to pants your novel because everyone tells you to plot it, just try it. Try it and your gut will tell you. There's a difference from conviction and shame. Conviction is just your own gut telling you this is not working, and then shame is outside forces telling you that it's not working and you refusing to listen to yourself. Hopefully you would be aware enough to be able to separate conviction and shame. Prioritize your work. This is very useful if you have a deadline, even if it's not like a contract deadline. If it's just self-imposed, it's terrific. You'll create a sort of graph. In the first box, it would be urgent and important. The second one would be not urgent but important. The next one would be urgent and not important. The last one is not urgent, not important. The last box is everything that you should not be doing. Spending way too much time on social media, watching too much Netflix. Cross it out. Everything in there should not be. The first thing that you want to get done, obviously, it's the urgent and important. The next 2 boxes, you can figure out which one you want to do. I find also helpful that if you have every task in that box, you can kind of rate it on a scale of how hard you think it's going to be, how much effort it will be, from a 1 to 10. So if you're someone that wants to get all of the hard stuff done first and work on the easier stuff last, you could work on the 10 right away. It's different when you have all of your ideas in your head, but being able to write it out and see it out, it's just so much easier to get it done. I've used this a lot, not just in writing, but also in school. Keep moving forward. I'm not saying that you should move your goals every day through an equal amount. That is just absolutely ridiculous. The only way I can compare it is to Anna Akana's explanation. So say that each goal is a jar. Each day you push forward a jar. Sometimes you will push one super duper far and then you'll abandon it and push the others a little bit more. The point is to just keep moving forward. Even if you don't get as much as you want done, life is fluid as long as you just keep moving forward. Writing on multiple projects has helped my process so much, and I'm having so much more fun, and I feel like I'm getting a lot more done. Like I said, it does not work for everyone. I know some people cannot handle working on multiple projects, and that's totally okay. But what I will say is that try it. If you hate it, don't ever do it again. Thank you so much for watching. You can watch my last video here, check out another video for me, subscribe down here. All of my links will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below. I love talking to y'all. Bye.